Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at Cockburn Central Station and it is 8 a.m. in the morning. I just came down with the first 467 and the train all the way from Joondalup to Cockburn Central. And we are here now with Justin and a few other people heading on to Southwest Coach Lines. This will be my second time using Southwest Coach Lines. I used it about a year ago and I had to get back from Busselton after taking the Qantas flight, which has already been cancelled now. And I missed TransWA coach, and then that was my only other option to book. And now today we have a AFL event down in Bunbury with special event buses 895, 899 running around Bunbury, which is a lot of buses for a Saturday, which is pretty cool. As well as the 897, which actually connects Bunbury to Busselton on the highway with a normal bus, which is so crazy. And that should be a Busselton operated service, so we'll get to experience that.
On the coach like that.
Especially if it's a diesel OC on the highway, like that is so crazy. And we'll get to experience that on the afternoon trip and then take Southwest Coach Lines all the way back up in the afternoon. So
I paid $100.
yeah, it's actually really expensive if you adult fares, $100 for there and back. But yeah, and then we will tick off 3 more regional routes, I guess, because these do run every year when they have the AFL event, which is usually in June. And last year it was on the TCL opening day, so we couldn't go on that day because the brand new line that terminates right here just opened. And obviously that was way more important, but now it's already been a year, which is so, I mean, it is the same weekend now in June, which is so crazy. 2 days and it's already 1 year since Thornlie-Cockburn Line opening. And now this year we can go. Yeah, there it is. Literally no stops, just straight down the highway for like 40 minutes to an hour. Similar to the Trans Goldfields routes to Coolgardie and Cambalda, but on a diesel OC and in a more...
If it is a...
Yeah, if it is a Busselton bus. If it's not a Busselton bus, that is a craziness run in the morning all the way down and then all the way back up.
Back up.
Yeah. Anyway, the coach leaves here at 8:40. There are 3 to 4 a day, 4 on weekdays, with the 4th one being in the middle of the night. You can go from Busselton to Perth at 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., which is so crazy. Yeah. That's for FIFO workers, but yeah, so there's more service than TransWA really, but obviously more expensive as well, but useful to have it, connecting you down to Bunbury, Busselton, Margaret River and Dunsborough. Anyway, hopefully it's not late. And C-Series. And the coach is here right on time, 3 minutes before its 8:40 departure.
Please tell me it's the Mercedes. Oh my God.
Time to take this thing again. Last time when I was on it, it was actually a random other coach. I didn't have the branded one, but it was very comfortable. I really enjoyed it. So let's see what this actual branded one's like. I might insert those clips actually from last year because I never posted them and I guess there's no other video to put them in.
And the bus is in the way.
Well, should be able to pull in front.
2573.
There's the coach arrived at Bunbury Bus Station. It only took an hour and 30 minutes basically. And 1486 pulling up behind it to do 899. which is the special event service from the bus station. Apparently, South West Coast Line is actually getting brand new coaches from next week. Completely new, which is awesome. I didn't even know they're getting them now. We're gonna see that. Over there we have 1232, which is a Busselton bus. I don't know if that's come up to help because they don't have enough buses or what that is, so, but maybe it's the coordinator's bus.
We got 4 coordinators. Oh man, we got 4 coordinators on
Actually quite a lot of people. Very nice trip, very quick and convenient to take you here as well instead of Bunbury Terminal.
We're on the test now.
I haven't been doing so much. At least we got a refund.
1472 on the 2-hourly 825. That is from Midvale. When did it swap? Quite recently. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just 2 months ago.
I don't know about these guys. I think they're still crappy.
I don't know. Hopefully not. Of course, empty. Who would be on the 825?
I think it drove past us when we were on the cook.
Yeah, it did.
It still said TransBunbury service though. It hasn't swapped on the side.
Attention passengers.
899.
Advises passengers and visitors that luggage and personal
Pretty busy, considering it's every 5 minutes.
or around the
Looks
station
refurb, so. Oh, what the hell? Bro. That's true. No, this is the TransBusselton for that bus.
That's what I say.
Yeah, it's not TransWA. Just wait for the application. Where's the number?
Bruh. 14.99. No number on the side. So are they refurbed or not? I don't even know. Guess we'll get a look soon. Absolutely packed. Just made it to the 899 stop. And another NH just left. It's so packed. How is it this many people in Bunbury?
It's like 5 kilometers that way.
Glitter tattoos.
They got dropped off in the middle of the line.
This is actually insane.
That's a good shot. So many people. There's special event stands here, 897, 899, and see an 895 one. But now we're gonna walk over to the park where the 895 runs from, and we're gonna take the service. And the next one. Full, bro. Completely packed, 1493, departing on 895. Right here from this park, well, around the corner, we'll see how full the car park is. Well, here we are now at the car park spot. I don't even know where the cars are, but 2 buses right here, absolutely packed. Long line of buses, I mean of people, and only 2 buses.
Why do they not have a coordinated?
That's the other direction, Desto, Kelly Park. 3 buses.
Alright, there goes 895, 1572. There goes absolutely packed. Still lining up. The first time we actually used to line up for a bus in Perth.
Not in Perth.
Besides the stadium, of course. Here's
Here
our
comes-
bus. It's very different. And that's hands over.
It's very similar, yeah, because they do like a.
According to Tractor, it's 1493, so that's 6 years. Here we are, 1495, hands over, event sales express. Why there's a dude at the front? There's a dude at the front seat.
Is it dance team?
Well, we're at the bus stop just outside. Apparently there's some 898 as well, but that's not on the app. Might not be during this event, but that's another route then. Well, damn, then I won't be able to go on all the special event routes. I don't know what that is. The 897 from Busselton just went straight to the depot. I think there must have been like no one on it. Anyway. Okay, we're back now after the event. It's actually only 2:30, but people are already leaving. Here are all the buses, including TransBusselton NH on the 897. We got 1233 here, and right behind we have 1588. Look how close they park. There's so many buses. When do you see this many buses together in a regional town especially? Look how close they park. Oh! Are we leaving, bro? Are we... Oh no, I got the Hands Oval Desto.
That is crazy right there.
Oh my gosh, so packed.
We've done, oh yeah, okay. We did,
Kelly Park or whatever. Carry Park. Kelly Park.
Alright, we're sitting up at the back. Justin's filming at the front if you want to see the front view. I don't want to film 50 minutes down the highway at the front. And it's going to be so cool in the NH at the back. There's actually 3 Busselton buses, not 2 like the app says. And they apparently brought up about 75 people in the morning. 50 on the first bus, 20 on the second one, and then no one on the third one. So they just went straight to the depot. So now they've tried to space it out a bit more. We're leaving with only about 20 people on board. Off we go. North Melbourne had a massive loss. Fremantle got very good wind, so lots of people left early, but there's still a lot of people there. Hopefully no one gets left behind on such a long route. Now, I'm not going to film the whole 50 minutes because that would just be ridiculous. It's just the highway. I still don't know this 898 is over here. But I will definitely record for at least a few minutes going down the highway at full speed on an NH. It's just so crazy that there's a free bus between Bunbury and Busselton. I still tagged on just for the Smart Rider history, but literally an annual service. This is the main thing I came down here for. It's so cool. Off we go. Just past the road sign, Busselton 47 kilometers. Yep, we just had some people who got on the wrong bus. They were trying to get on the 895 or 899 and ended up on the Busselton bus. I knew that was going to happen for someone. And I bet there'll be people who missed the bus to Busselton as well. But anyway, we just dropped them off at a random petrol station and they're going to get on the get on an Uber back, even though they could have just driven into where the 843 is. But anyway, still go 80 here until we converge with the outer ring road, Wilman Madandi Highway, and then I believe it's up to 110. And there's the 100. Let's see how fast we get up to now. Right, here's the flyover for the highway. I don't think I've ever even driven it in this direction before yet. And it's up to 110 down here now. Well, it's gotten very noisy at the back, but somehow we're overtaking. 30-minute ride. We're down in Busselton, really not that far apart, but gonna be turning in soon. Last few minutes of full speed. That's where I was almost a year ago when I ran from the airport up to the school. Here we are, Busselton. Can't believe it's been a year since we took the flight down, that then got cancelled in October already. All the way down there. That was such a weird flight. It's so easy to drive here, it's really not that far. The North Melbourne crew, the players actually flew to this airport on Friday, yesterday I believe. Flew from Melbourne to Busselton on a Virgin charter flight. One of the few times Virgin ever came here. And then they still had to get up to Bunbury. But I guess it's closer from here than Perth, so. And we're here. Not even that far. Obviously didn't film the whole thing because it's just the highway, but Justin did. And he actually talked, and he did it from the front, so I did the other two routes from the front. If you really want to see this whole route from the front, you can go to that video. Yeah, it's more just for the experience and to tick off a route of trans-regional. So now Bunbury and Busselton are truly done. I don't know if you should count this as a Busselton route or a Bunbury route, but I guess it's a Busselton route. I mean, it's a Busselton bus, so it's a Busselton route, but it's supposed for Bunbury, basically. You know what I mean. And now we still have almost 2 hours until the coach all the way back. So that's a good little while, but buses in Busselton on Saturday are not that great. And there's no buses on Sunday, unlike in Bunbury. There will be an 817 coming up soon, actually, but I don't know. Could take the route again. The bus is back in its home. Let's see if we can see some diesel OCs now. I'm surprised they sent an NH and not a diesel OC, to be honest. Would be cool to get a diesel OC back in Bunbury instead of just NH, which they already have there. But still. What is that car? Oh yeah, it's right here. Here we are, Albert Street, Busselton. They will tag off. For the Smart Rider history. And stepped off. Took a normal bus, not a coach, between Bunbury and Busselton. Thanks. And there's the next NH arriving, 1568. No, 88, sorry. 68's in Perth still, isn't it? Anyway, that's all 3 special event routes. Now in Busselton again after 3 months since I was last. Not that long. And ticked off every possible thing in Bunbury and Busselton now. And now it's just the northern regional places to do at some point. And we just walked all the way out to the end of Busselton Jetty, which very funnily is actually where I started the video last year when I was about to take Southwest Coach Lines back up after my flight, but then I didn't actually make the video of that because, hello birdie, because it wasn't that significant and I didn't film much. But I guess I could just put that intro in now and you'll hear my whole story about the plane if I actually said anything significant. I don't even remember, but it's just sitting on my computer, so. You do have to pay $5 to walk here though if you're not a child, so. There we go, 1,841 meters. And all the directional signs, which Sydney, 3,328 kilometers, I'll be there in a month's time. Very exciting. 1 month from now, finally gonna visit that part of Australia that I somehow still haven't been to. But I guess that'll be it for this video, and I mean, if I put that intro in you'll still see that, but otherwise that's those routes. Now there's really no more trans-regional to film down here. And from the end of Busselton Jetty, thanks for watching. Bye! Hello everyone, welcome back to our video. We are at the very end of the Busselton Jetty, the longest wooden, timber, whatever, constructed jetty in the southern hemisphere, which is pretty cool. Costs $4 to walk all the way down. There is a train if you're lazy, but here, it's actually here right now. It's only hourly as well. It's obviously a kiddie train. So, actually last time I was in Busselton in 2024, I didn't go down here because I was riding the buses, but I've been here in previous years. Literally full. But anyway, if you watched another one of my recent videos, probably not the previous one, but I'm down here because I took the inaugural Qantas flight on the Fokker 100 from Perth to Busselton, and then it ended up with me missing the coach back home. So yeah, now it's like 12:15 p.m. the next day. I just stayed here and didn't really do much because I've already seen everything, but at least I walked down here. Now it's time to walk all the way back. I have another coach back in 40 minutes that I booked, but actually it's not TransWA this time because unfortunately I was trying to book after 5 p.m, which is not possible if the coach leaves before 11 a.m. the next day, which is so dumb. That is a whole 18 hours before that you have to do it. But if it leaves after 11 a.m, you can do it up to any point before the service leaves. So if the first stop is here, which is not, but like if you're booking the Bunbury one, you can literally book it like 10 minutes before it leaves, or whatever, 20 minutes before, and you can still get on. Like, what the hell? But if it's 18 hours, if it's before 11, it's 18 hours. That makes no sense. So anyway, since it was after 5, I couldn't actually book the TransBunbury back either, which was at 10 a.m, which means I've resorted to the private operator Southwestern Coach Lines for the first time ever, actually. Now, Southwestern Coach Lines is actually mainly to get you to and from the airport in Perth, because all their routes operate from Bunbury, Busselton, Dunsborough, or whatever, Margaret River, to Perth Airport. So that's the way for Eastern States tourists really to connect down here directly from the airport. But now with the new the new flight that I filmed, that's actually kind of irrelevant. I mean, I don't know, it's only 3 times a week for the flight anyway, but it's gonna be way easier with the plane. So I don't know how many more people will be doing that, especially if the coach does cost like at least $60. The flight's like $120 sometimes. It's not really much more, and it's way more convenient. So we'll see how that goes. But it's probably not going to change too much. But the Southwestern Coach Lines does still stop at Cockburn Central Station on the way up, where you can get off, which is what I'll be doing. And after it goes to the airport, it actually also goes to Elizabeth Quay Bus Station. But that is so ridiculous. It takes 1 hour and a half to go from Cockburn Central to Elizabeth Quay via Perth Airport. So like, I don't know who's taking it to Elizabeth Quay when you can literally just take the train. And I found out you can actually also book it between Cockburn Central and Elizabeth Quay via the airport if you just want to go for a fun ride. So maybe one day we'll do that. It's only $8. But we're not today. Today we're taking it from Busselton to Cockburn Central. Now, they actually run 4 times a day as well, which is crazy. It's way more than TransWA. Way more. I've never been on it before. I've never been on Southwestern Coach Lines because it's obviously more expensive. TransWA is government. It's really cheap, especially from next year when it's 50% off. This year it's still full price, but for me it's only $15 anyway as a university student for Busselton to Mandurah, which is what I originally had booked. But Southwestern Coach Lines does not go to Mandurah, so whatever. Yeah, so we're taking it all the way to Cockburn, and we'll see if it's any different, or maybe if we have some less disruptive passengers, because I've had some pretty bad experiences with the types of passengers that use TransWA. So since it's more expensive, probably will be. Total journey should take about 2 hours and 45 minutes actually. It also goes through Bunbury, but it doesn't stop at Bunbury Terminal. It actually goes to Bunbury Bus Station. So it's a bit more of a deviation. But then it doesn't go through Mandurah, so then that's the quickest bit. So it's pretty much the same. Anyway, we have to head back to Albert Street. It's departing in like 35 minutes, and it's still quite a long walk, as you can see with this jetty. But should still make it on time. I'm not missing it again, especially when this cost $45 while the TransBunbury was $15. So yeah, oh well, whatever. Wow, that was a long intro, but I guess there's not much more to film about the coach anyway. All right, here we are on Albert Street. Please don't tell me it's this bus. Oh no, that's this Margaret River. Yeah, Busselton is kind of like the transfer point, and they use shorter, smaller buses from here further south, like that one. But that one, big one over there, should be ours. Although it's not in the southwestern branding, but whatever. Not the one I was expecting, but I guess they just transferred out.
Are you heading back or?
Really like the red theming on this bus. The seats are very nice. Literally leather, like better than the TransWA. I actually got some other people who were on the flight here with us. Anyway, ready for the journey back up. Alright, and 2 hours and 30 minutes later, we have arrived at Cockburn Central. I actually just saw C-Series set 136 departing on the Stadium Special, the newest one. I think that's the first time it's running on Stadium Special. It was literally right next to us, overtaking on the freeway, so that was really cool. But anyway, that was a really good bus ride. It was really not full. There was only like 10 people in it, since it is so much more expensive, and it's mainly just for tourists going to the airport, which is what's on there. No annoying passengers. Very clean bus. Very nice. Like, even has a wooden flooring. It's a very nice experience. So I'm okay that I paid a little bit more to get that. Drops me off right here and connects me back into the train network. And it was pretty fast as well. It did go through Bunbury to the bus station and stuff, but that's all good. I didn't film anything really on board, because what am I supposed to do? It was all silent anyway. But we're back now after that trip on the plane. It's just, I guess, the sequel to that video to see how I got back, and my first experience on a Southwestern Coach Lines bus, even though it is this weird one with the wrong livery, but it's still cool. It's got the sticker on the side that says it's operated by them. And we arrived 10 minutes early, so that's perfect, because I do need to connect to the train right now. I could take the TCL back, because it is 6 cars running B-Series over there, since it's Stadium event day. But now we've done that enough times recently. They still have these things up as well. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. We'll just head down to the train now. And there's the newest B series, just as the newest C came past before. Oh, it's a 3-car to Mandurah. That's why it's so packed. Jesus, on a weekend as well, so bad. But I do have a B series on my normal service here. Good timing, I can still catch this one. I just saw the display board up there. It's so weird, because it says Perth Stadium, Mandurah, Perth via Cannington, Perth via Cannington. I mean, the first one is Perth via Murdoch, so that's such a weird thing with so many different destinations on it. Alright, bye! That was a cool trip. Ah yes, and there's a 6-car A series coming down as well right now, which means all 3 train types on the Thornlie-Cockburn Line again today. Nice.